There's a lot going on along Gibraltar's roads. Between planned works, STTPP projects and resurfacing, technical services are certainly busy this year. AMCO has been given the tender for resurfacing our roads for over £640,000, with 8 areas lined up. Governor's Parade, Scud Hill, South Barrack Road, Kings Yard Lane and Devil's Tower Road have already had their facelift, while Town Range has just finished, with South Pavilion Road and the northern section of Grand Parade still pending. Technical Services is hopeful this year's road resurfacing plans will be complete by the end of this month.
There's an active plan to resurface as many roads as we can, and we get funding every year in order to do so, but the backlog is so significant that it always looks like there's some works to be done, and the reality is I'm sure that when we finish resurfacing all our roads, the ones that we resurfaced 10-15 years ago will need some work as well. So yeah, I think it's an ongoing problem that we have to accept. There's a lot of traffic in Gibraltar, lots of heavy goods vehicles. There has been neglect in the past. But now things are moving forwards.
Heavy goods vehicles do have an impact on our roads, but it appears there's not much that can be done.
There are obviously weight restrictions, and there are processes where if there's overloaded trucks or trucks that exceed the acceptable weight limit, they have to get a permit and they have to be escorted. But the reality is that with the amount of construction going on, there is a lot of heavy goods vehicles on our roads, and there's not much that we can do about it at this moment in time.
So do you agree the amount of heavy goods vehicles is contributing to how much we are needing to resurface our roads?
Well, absolutely. I mean, these trucks are very heavily loaded. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of concrete activity. There's a lot of materials that come in from Spain, and they do have an effect on our roads. Whilst there's a lot of construction, we have to accept that our roads will be damaged and they will need to be repaired.
There are also a number of projects planned under the Sustainable Traffic Transport and Parking Plan. The bus stops at Europa Point are being relocated to one central point. A new footpath is on its way at South Barrack Road. Cycle links are planned from Mid Harbours to King's Wharf and at Saluting Battery. Lower Castle Road is due a new footpath, bus stop and speed ramps. And Devil's Tower Road will be getting pedestrian guardrails.
These are all projects that have been identified to improve the infrastructure that we have and promote the use of cycles and walking as opposed to driving.
Another big project in the pipeline is the relining of the sewer along the end of Linewall Road. That's set to begin this week and should resolve some of the issues we've seen when there's rain.
The sewer is over 120 years old, and the relining actually protects the sewer and makes it flow a bit better. But we have an additional problem in Linewall Road in that in the area directly behind the John Mackintosh Hall, there's a big blockage which is reducing the flow in the sewer. Under normal circumstances, it's fine. But when it rains, because it's a combined sewer that picks up sewage plus stormwater from the runoff from the roads, the flow in the sewer backs up. And that is why we're having the problem that we're having at the walls in Wellington Front, because it backs up far enough, it goes into the manholes, it overflows the walls of the manholes, and that's why it manifests in Linewall. So hopefully with this next phase of works where we remove the blockage and reline the sewer, we'll remove the problem that we're having in Wellington Front. So we're going to divert traffic along main streets for the duration of the works, which are expected to take 2 to 3 weeks.
And over on the east side, there's some rockfall protection works planned. Those are starting this week and should be done in the next 4 to 5 weeks.